from the Blue Jays, who are currently in third, and Boston 3-0 against Toronto this season. Oh, David Ortiz. He goes 0 for 4 in this game. Hits that one far, but not far enough. Vernon Wells gets it. $1.89. He's the only Sox starter without a hit in this game. Bottom 5, Blue Jays down a run. 2 outs. Let's freeze it. Scott Rowland doubles over the head of Jason Bay in left. Vernon Wells is going to score, and this game is tied. This is off Wakefield, who'd won 2 straight, 4 of his last 5 starts. 3 batters later, Rod Barajas. They're working Old Bay out there. 2 more score. It's 5-2, and this is going to be Wakefield's last pitch. He was trying to get his 5th win of the month of May. That had never happened, and it's not going to happen because this is his final pitch. Marco Scutaro over the head of Jacoby Ellsbury. Barajas wearing his PF Flyers. He's safe, and he's tired. Jays snap a 9-game losing streak. Boston has lost 5 of its last 8. Toronto going to take it. 6-3 is your final. All right, the Yankees in the AL East 2-hole, New York at Cleveland. 14th anniversary of Derek Jeter's Major League debut. So he celebrates with a single to left. Nick Swisher scores. This off Cliff Lee, who went 6 innings, 9 hits, 3 earned, 5 Ks. Yanks are up 3-0 in the 6th. Andy Pettit's cruising. But then he says, you know what, my back is kind of hurt. And so he had to come out. 5 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned. Alfredo Aceves comes in, and the bases are loaded. He gets Kelly Shopick, and then he gets his Asdrubal Cabrera to ground to short. Mark Teixeira, he's been stretching. And Girardi says, hey, you know what, that was a good move I made. Bottom 9, Victor Martinez is the tying run at the plate. Mariano Rivera, shut it down. Pettit and Rivera and Pettit have combined for 58 win-save combos. That's the most in the major. 1-0. Coy Hill. Who's your man here? Off Chad Billingsley. 2nd of the season. Cubs tie this game at 1. We go 8th inning. Cubs up 2-1. Carlos Marmol. Orlando Hudson's been hot. He's not hot enough there. Carlos is hot. He's pumped up. Top 9 still 2-1. 2 on Mark Loretta. He's batting .421 as a pinch hitter. That's good. But that's not good enough right there. Grounds to 2nd. Cubs are going to win it. 2-1 is your final. Greg gets his 8th save of the season. Giants. St. Louis taking on San Francisco, and Pablo Sandoval, who's batting .378 at home this season, 3rd best in the National League. A grounder off Joel Pinheiro past Albert Pujols. That scores 2. By the way, Sandoval's nickname is Kung Fu Panda. Of course, Jack Black voiced that. And, of course, Panda Express is always a nice stop. The eggplant tofu, very popular.
Lead that?
Sandoval in the bottom of the 4th, and then the next batter, Fred Lewis, no relation to Ferd Lewis. Sandoval scores. Lewis into 3rd with the triple. They're picking on Pinheiro. And the Giants up 3-0 against a team whose team ERA was 0.88 in its last 9 games.
Does it have eggplant in it and tofu, or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Matt Cain was good. 6 1/3, 1 earned, 5 Ks. Goes to 6-1 on the season, and the Giants win it 4-2, your final.
Neither good, by the way. Milwaukee's lost 5 of its last 6 games, just 2 runs per stretch. 2 runs per game during that stretch. They faced Johnny Cueto in the opener of a 3-game set on Friday. Prince Fielder, glad to see him. Fielder's 11th of the season. Brewers up 2-0. They're 22-9 this season when they hit a home run. Bottom 6, tied at 2, runner on 3rd for Mike Cameron. He lines out. Ryan Braun tags up. Lance Nix coming home. And Braun is out at the plate. Nix has got himself a gun. Game still tied at 2. Bottom 7, Corey Hart of Cueto. 435 feet, no doubt about it. His 5th of the season. Brewers up 3-2. Top 9, same score. Trevor Hoffman gets Jay Bruce for his 12th save and 12 chances. Brewers get 3 hits, but 2 of them were home runs. Reds' 4-game win streak over.
Well, Mets with a 3-game win streak. They're at home against the Marlins. We're locked up in a tight one. 1-1 tie in the 8th. David Wright up, bases loaded. Kiko Calero tells him sit. Fernando Tatis flies out to right. The Mets leave the bases loaded in the 8th. Let's go to the 11th. Skip the 9th and 10th. Still tied. Otherwise, the game would be over because the Mets are batting. Fernando Tatis, unless, of course, Florida had scored in the top of the inning. Gary Sheffield running on the pitch, steals 2nd, ball goes into right, so Sheffield is at 3rd. And after a hit batsman, it's Omar Santos who They got rid of Ramon Castro. They sent him to the White Sox because Santos has been catching lights out. Mets, they win it 2-1 in 11.
If you're a Major League Baseball team and you want to have a good weekend, play the Nationals. That's what the Phillies did, already 7-2 against Washington this season. 3-game set. This is the opener. Outfielders struggling for the Nats. Adam Dunn in right field. Carlos Ruiz up with 2 on now. Dunn reaches out, but the ball bounces off his glove. That scores Jason Worth. Now, take another look at it. Dunn misses a catch and then throws it into the ground behind him. It was almost like a trick. Game tied at 1. Next up is Josh Willingham in left field. Chase Utley hits one over there. Willingham into the wall. Unable to come close to the ball. A double for Utley. Same inning. 3-1 Phillies. Now it's Justin Maxwell's turn in center field. Pedro Feliz drills it. Maxwell covers a whole lot of space to get there, but into that wall again. Raul Ibanez scores. The Phillies win at 5-4, but at least they spelled Washington right on
the road from our L.A. studios here. Hosting Seattle, John Lackey has owned Seattle. 6 straight wins with a .91 ERA against him. And, well, he's down 4-2, and he should be down 5-2, but he's got friends in left field by the name of Juan Rivera. That was a top play, and you get 2 looks at it here again off the Russell Branyan. Now, the next batter is Jose Lopez, and either he wasn't watching or he wants to test one. Juan almost got that one, too. Ichiro, 22-game hit streak. The M's win consecutive games for the first time in over a month.
Andrew Jones. Well, that's well hit. Off Santiago Casilla, 5th home run of the year for Jones. He's up to 376 for his career now. Nelson Cruz says, you know what? I think I'll have what Andrew had. 13th of the year for Cruz. He's got 6 home runs in 9 games. Check out the dugout celebration. Jones has got Michael Young in a headlock. And Jones almost knocked him out. Top 9, 2-on-2 outs. Frank Francisco gets Jason Giambi. Rangers win at 6-3. J.A. Happ gets the win. He is 3-0. All right, so now game 2. On the left, check out my man Chris Davis in game 1 Friday with his pants legs pulled up. He struck out 4 times. So game 2, you pull the pants leg down. Struck out again. 5th strikeout of the day for Davis. And then bottom 5, that's 6. Bottom 8, Rangers up 5-2. Davis able to make solid contact, but Rajay Davis there to make the play in the gap. And Davis tips his cap to the hometown fans as he leaves the field. Gets plenty of support in the dugout after a rough day. Rangers complete the sweep, winning 5-2.
Oh, to change his pregame instead of his pants. Defending American League champion Tampa Bay struggling. They've lost 5 straight. Twins, though, just 5-14 on the road this season. Bottom 6, game tied. Scott Baker. Evan Longoria, game untied. 3-run shot. Longoria's 13th. Rays up 4-1. Top 8, Michael Kadire, ground ball to Longoria at 3rd. He decides to throw it on the bounce. That's not advised. Kadire runs into Pena, knocked Pena's glove off. Morneau would score. Pena okay. Twins trail 4-3. Glove, no comment. Top 9, 5-3, 2 outs. Joe Mauer needs a home run for the cycle. Joe says, how about you just take a whiff and sit down? Rays win it 5-3. Hair like his dad, too. Hey, top 10 plays, French Open, top-seeded Rafael Nadal against Leighton Hewitt. You know what they say about Nadal's forehand, Stan? What? It's too big. He wins in straight sets. 31st consecutive victory at Roland Garros. C'est magnifique!
Number 9, college baseball, NCAA Regional Marist against Florida State. Check out the diving catch by Tyler Holt. That's major league quality there as well. Florida State wins 16-4.
Market 8, dude. It's Nigeria and Ireland in an international friendly. Mike Inamaro. This match ended in a tie, and then they just drank mass quantities of Guinness.
What about Uzbekistan? What did they do?
Later.
Jaman Al-Jaman. Game 6, Lakers and Nuggets. Kobe Bryant to Trevor Ariza. 35 points, 10 assists for Kobe Bryant. The ultimate finisher got some help from his peeps. 5 Lakers in double figures. More from this game coming up.
How about round 2 of the Crown Plaza Invitational? Parker McLaughlin from the 808. Chris's boy. Hitting from near the stands. Oh, that's how he practiced on the course in Hawaii. Steve Stricker atop your leaderboard.
Number 5, Lakers and Nuggets once again. Paul Gasol over the shoulder to Luke Walton. Walton, one of those Lakers in double figures off the bench. Even more to come from this game.
Bill had to be digging that. Turn it up to 11, Juice.
Deep drive, left field, up the bat of Russell Branyan, and that ball is It's a home run away from Russell Brandon.
Good catch, but the M's got the win, 5-2.
At number 3, Dodgers and Cubs, Kosuke Fukudome at the plate. It's not about him. It's about Orlando Hudson, the O-Dog. He's a menace in the field. But that wasn't the only top play from this game.
More Dodgers-Cubs right here. Stan called it. It's Courtney who turned it up to 11, by the way. Russell Martin, Andres Blanco. I brought my adult glove. You need to be faster. Cubs win. Cubs win.
And Courtney will fade you up real proper, too. Number 1, Lakers and Nuggets. Oh. Nene broke his arm in this game, broke his forearm. Kobe broke his ankles. Lakers win it 119-90.
4 teams over 500. Here are 2 of them. Brewers, Reds. You see the Reds are the Brewers' batting average in the last 7 games. Prince Fielder. That's a home run. His 12th of the year. 3-3. Now on to the 5th inning. Big inning for the Brewers. The Reds lead 5-3. There's 1 out. We start with Ryan Braun. That's a home run. Then Fielder singles. Mike Cameron, that's a 2-run homer. Corey Hart, infield single. Bill Hall, that would be a triple to left center. Mike Rivera, haven't seen him, doubles to left. Seth McClung strikes out when the ball gets away. And there's Craig Counsell. The Brewers get 6 in the 5th. 3 relievers combined for 5 shutout innings. The Brewers are 25-11. It's April 22nd.
Giants have won 4 in a row facing the Cardinals. Chris Carpenter has not allowed an earned run in 23 innings so far this season. I say that, and it's the shot sheet jinx because Juan Uribe in the 2nd triples the right center, scoring Fred Lewis. And now it's 1-0 Giants. In the 4th, 2-0 Giants, and Albert Pujols flexing to center field. Solo shot off Barry Zito, 15th of the year. It's 2-1 Giants. Zito had his curveball working. Pujols with a man on, going down with a huge hook. Zito 6K, skipped Schumacher in the 7th, doubling it down the left field line to bring in 1. We're tied at 2. Then Chris Duncan, 2 batters later. Down the line, Zito not happy because Schumacher would score from 2nd. It's now Cardinals up 3-2, and in the 9th, Albert Pujols, 1 home run in his last 15 games coming in. How about 2 jacks in this one? Carpenter now 3-0. The Cardinals win 6-2. Interim manager Jim Tracy facing the Padres, who have only 2 wins in their last 15 road games. Bright spot here, Adrian Gonzalez. Opposite field, 3-run shot, 19th home run, leading the big leagues. In the 9th, 7-6 San Diego. Garrett Atkins, hopper up the middle, past Heath Bell and Chris Burke, scoring Clint Barmas. We're tied at 7. First blown save for Heath Bell this season. Next batter, it's Brad Hop. Shallow fly ball to center. Tony Gwynn Jr. can't get it. Atkins comes around 3rd, beats the relay throw. Hop's 4th career walk-off, and the Rockies get the win, 8-7. Jim Tracy now 2-0.
Lost 3 straight, now 3 games under 500. Taking on the White Sox. Miguel Olivo, solo home run to left. The KC Monarch uniforms, the Royals donning. Maybe that'll help him get a victory. Wouldn't happen. Scott Posednik will single here for the White Sox. Get scores. Posednik caught in a rundown. However, the White Sox take a 4-3 lead. And they go on to win 5-3. For more, you can log on to ESPNChicago.com for all your...
The Twins phenom David Price looking for his first regular season win ever. In the 1st inning, Justin Morneau, the All-Star, swinging. Next batter, Michael Kadire. Thanks for playing. Price still on a roll. Brendan Harris in the 2nd, looking. Then Delman Young, former Ray, goodbye. Joe Creedy in the 3rd, yeah. Price 11 Ks in 5 2/3. Bottom of the 3rd, Francisco Liriano struggling. Joe Dillon deep to left. Solo shot, we're tied at 1. Carl Crawford now, he's a burner. Could have played quarterback in Nebraska. Chopper up the middle, Alexi Casilla. Everyone's safe. That brings in a run, raise up 2-1. Then Crawford trying to steal. Oh, he gets caught. Snapping a streak of 32 straight stolen bases dating back to last season. Bottom of the 7th now. Crawford says, forget about stealing. How about some power? Deep to center at the Trop. Rays win 5-2. First victory in the regular season in the majors. Phenom Matt Wieters at the Camden Yards. In the 5th, Tigers up 3-0. Wieters, 95-mile-per-hour fastball to center off Verlander, and it stays in the yard, doing damage. The triple first major league hit, and Mom and Dad loving it. Wieters later added a double. Later in the inning now, bases loaded, Verlander gets Adam Jones, 5-tool player, 1, 2, 3, double play. So 2 down, 1 more to go. Nick Markakis swinging, high heat. Verlander gets out of the jam, 6 innings, 9 hits, 3 earned runs. Cleat Thomas, 2 home runs and 191 career at-bats. This is his second one of the game. Tigers go on to win.
Warning, Ryan Howard highlight warning. Phil's hosting the Nationals, who have 13 wins, the fewest wins in baseball. That is Chiron Martis. Back on April 27th, Howard took him deep. Bush League. That's Bush League. And that's a grand slam. Now back to Saturday night. And once again, Howard versus Martis with the bases loaded. That's 475 feet, which is really only a good 8 hours. So yeah, that doesn't really impress
For you, right?
Tell you the truth, you know. Second home run for Howard and the second grand slam of Martis this year. Phil's up 6-3. Philly's going to win this game. Double play to end it. They've won 11 of 15. 8th career grand slam for Howard, by the way. Cole Hamels won it despite giving up 6 earned.
Mets have won 4 straight hosting the Marlins, and they haven't figured out Josh Johnson. 5-0 against New York, 1.97 ERA and 7 career starts in the first. Jorge Cantu to third. Fernando Tatis fumbles the ball. A run comes in on the air in the 4th now. Marlins up 4-1. Johnson nasty. Ramon Martinez has no answer. Johnson 7 innings, 2 earned, 5 Ks. Cantu in the 5th now, doubling off the top part of the left field wall. Hanley Ramirez, first game back since Tuesday, gets the 3rd. And then Jeremy Hermida, get up and get out. 3-run shot, 5th home run this season. 5th 4 RBI game in his career. Marlins win.
Sleep. All right, here come your top plays. Joey Chestnut's Pizzone eating acumen's normally good, but Kobayashi ate his lunch. Another victory. It's a Pizzone eating contest.
I need some sauce on the side. Dodgers, Cubs, number 9. Russell Martin with the sauce there. The bare hand making the catch with his glove for the out. Great athletic play. Unfortunately, not enough for the Cubs. Well, make that the Dodgers. The Cubs would win.
That's right, 7-0. Number 8, Cam Neely. Cavaliers magic. Look at Dwight Howard. The Cavs had no answer. Will the Lakers? Paul Gasol. I don't think he's sleeping.
Number 7, Prince Harry playing in a polo match for charity. Final seconds of the match. It's Prince Harry coming up big, and he celebrates the winning goal champagne style. Champagne.
All right, number 6, Astros and Buccos. And look at Niger Morgan looking like Omar Marino. Old school. Beautiful catch, and the Pirates go on to win 7-4.
Number 5, Stanley Cup Finals, Game 1, Pens, Red Wings in the 3rd, Justin Abdelkader. How'd that do there? Abdelkader?
Perfect.
Oh, yeah, gets the goal, first playoff goal. Red Wings take Game 1, 3-1.
All right, number 4, Bobby Orr. The Liga of Spain. That's Sergio Aguero. They know who we mean. And Atletico Madrid goes on to win. They clinch a spot in the Champions League next year.
Number 3, Reds Brewers, Craig Counsell to deep right. Chris Dickerson would not be denied. Saves a run for the Reds. Just not enough. The Brewers would win 9-5.
Number 2, NCAA softball. We've seen it all week long on ESPN, ESPN2. Some great action. Brianna Hessen. Look at the play. Georgia, winner, Chick-fil-A dinner, 7-5.
A highlight you'll be talking about on Monday. Number 1, Roland Garros, Gael Monfils. Incredible rally, laying out and finishing off with a forehand volley. Are you kidding me? Yeah, he's pumped. He has every right. One more look. How about the defense laying out on the red clay? He'll face A-Rod in the next